Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Author Own Wills, Open Minded Wills podcast, where people can feel free to talk about all kinds of topics. I want more people to have a place where they can share their thoughts on the way they see the world and a place where more people can promote their works. I'm your host. I'm your host, Author Owen Wills, Open Minded Wills. My books are Erotic Road Trip Adventures, ERTA The Complete Series, My Gym Desires, and My College Desires. You can find all of them on Amazon. With me today is Christopher Gill. He's an actor. His most recent movie is called Pinwheels. You can check him out on IMDb as well. Today's topics will be fatherhood, politics, and more. So without further ado, let's get into this. Hello, Christopher. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. A little background about Christopher and I. We were neighbors in the U.S. We live in King County in the U.S. Right now, I'm in Canada with my wife and child. He is still back in Washington State. Do you want to disclose where in King County or?
Oh, yeah, no, we can just say
No, secret? Okay.
south of Seattle is a good way to
South of
put it.
Seattle, close to Tacoma.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
back
Don't
in,
want somebody to find me.
yeah. So, yeah, our background is, back in 2019? 2019.
2019.
Back
Yep,
in
before COVID.
2019, my wife was pregnant. I found a job in the US and I was living in Canada, but I was transiting back and forth, and all that transiting was killing me. I said, you know what? I'm going to bring my wife and down to the US, and she was pregnant. So I was like, okay, we're going to raise our baby in the US. And I closed on my house right next to Christopher's house
Hmm.
in November or October, I think. October 2019, and then we got the keys and we came down. She was pregnant, everything was fine. We came down in November when we got the keys. We met right then and there. We were like looking around the house and stuff, like let's see what we bought, let's see our neighbors. And then my son Owen, was born December 16th, 2019, and then my wife came down to check out the house. We brought the baby. We were doing all of our stuff. And then what happened? We weren't ready to fully move yet. Like anybody who
Yeah.
knows anything about immigration, gotta do a whole bunch. Like we were doing already paperwork, but the loose ends and stuff like that. So fast forward to what was it? When did COVID start? March, right?
2020.
March
December. Well, I
2020.
mean, I guess it's up in the air as to when exactly it started, but it was
Right.
like March, I think, when it hit,
March.
like
Yeah.
when
I
it
believe
touched
Owen was
ground
4 months
2020.
old. So
Yeah.
my wife and I, we were at the IKEA. I think where's that IKEA at? Auburn or something?
Over in Tukwila. Yeah.
Tequila. We were at the Tequila IKEA, my wife and I, and some shit like some Star Trek or some creepy zombie movie showed up on our phones where it said all Canadians have to go home. Well, like, what the fuck is this?
You didn't
And I
tell
mean,
me.
they meant that shit. Like it was like immediately, like it was on all our phones. I was like, okay. And then I'm a dual citizen. My son is a dual citizen, but my wife is not.
Yeah.
So the only Canadian that really had to go home was my wife. But obviously, we have the baby. So and I can't breastfeed and shit. So, anyways, I bring
Valid.
them home up to Canada and I dropped them off. And at the time, ladies, take note to this if you're listening. At the time, when you're breastfeeding, it sucks up all the nutrients out of your body. So my wife's teeth were wiggling in her head. There was the calcium was stripped, and then she
Wow.
was prone to tooth infection. So she actually needed to go up there, come up here anyway to go see our dentist because she had the raging tooth infection at the time. So thank God, like we drove her up, and I pretty much dropped her off at the fucking dentist, like,
Wow.
and I dropped them off, and then I had work. I don't know what day that was, but I'm pretty sure I had work the next day, so I had to go all the way back. So, anyways, I go back home to this new house, and The border never fucking opened after that for 2 years, guys. So these guys, Christopher didn't know that, and
Yeah.
so at the time I was a hermit. I How many weeks went by until Jesse decided to knock on my door? It was three,
Oh
4 weeks,
man. Yeah.
almost a
I mean,
month.
at least 3 weeks, at least a month, I think. And thank God she did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So
yeah,
yeah.
I had no idea the extent of that situation. And matter of fact, I didn't even know the details that you just brought up just now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I never
That is
told you that. That's crazy.
no,
I had all the shit we talk about. Yeah, yeah. Well, she was at. We were at IKEA.
yeah.
We drove straight to Canada, then drove straight back. So that's a 2 hour drive up and a 2 hour drive back for anybody who knows that drive. Uh, so yeah,
Without traffic, without traffic. So
without
we
traffic.
probably
Yeah,
all
we
drove
went through
like
the
six
border.
hours.
Everything. Yeah, with the border wait and all that shit, it's like 2.5. So
Yeah.
yeah, I spent all day on the road, dropped my family off, and then guys, I mean, I really didn't see them only except for at the border park for the next 2 years after that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so what happened was I stayed in my house for like a hermit for like 3 4 weeks, and actually what happened was here let's tell the truth. I
Yeah.
scared the fuck out of them actually when they first met me. I had my big ass erotica book. And these guys were churchy as fuck when I met them. I remember what happened.
Back then.
They were churchy as fuck. Okay,
Back then.
Sarah, his wife Sarah is churchy as fuck. And here I am. I'm all like, I'm gonna use a political term, liberal as fuck, right? So I'm just, hey, I'm an author and I write erotica, and I take out my big ass ERTA book and I show this shit to them, and they're just like, I mean, a lot of my friends, including them now, can tell me I'm not really self-aware about shit. Like, I think it's just a normal thing to write freaky books, read freaky books, and I think this way because it's fucking true. Like everyone right now is reading Octor, the Court of Thorns and Roses, and y'all motherfuckers act like that's not pure smut. I digress. Anyways, and then back then it was 50 Shades of Grey, and everyone was
Yep.
wanting that as a movie, and you motherfuckers was watching that, but not admitting you watch porn. So forgive me. I showed him my freaky book. I showed them my freaky book, so they were quiet because they were like,
But it was a great first impression. It was
"Yeah, great first impression." Like, hey, this motherfucker's weird. I'm thinking I'm normal, but I'm depressed. Anyways, I'm in my house. I'm depressed. Their daughter Jessie realized I'm missing because so they didn't take note about my car. My car has Canadian license plates, but Jessie realized it, and then Jessie had met my wife in just when she was pregnant and right after, because her sister Ruthie, or his daughter Ruthie, had just had a baby Enzo too a month before Owen. So something red flagged Jesse. Like, where the fuck's this guy's family? Because
yeah.
they could see me going back and forth, but we had two cars. Then it was only one, and then there was no baby, there was no activity. So all of a sudden, she knocks on my door. I can't forget this. She knocks on my door, and I open the door, and I don't know what I look like, but I remember Jesse's immediate. She doesn't have a filter, so Jesse looks at me. She's like, "Oh hell no!" And I guess I look like so depressed that it was unacceptable because that's the first thing I hear is I open my door, and I'm like, "Hey," she's like, "Oh hell no!" And then she said, "Get your ass over here." Now, mind you, this is COVID. Everyone's acting weird about people being in the house and stuff. But I had no like literal choice. She was like, get your ass over to our house.
Yep.
And then I formally met them again. I met
Yeah.
Christopher again and
Yeah.
Sarah again and met everyone in the house.
Yeah.
And then that's when I told them, hey, my family's in Canada
Yeah.
and my situation. And then I was adopted. Like they adopted me pretty much. I was a part of the family after that. And then they had to put up with me. And
No, it was. I mean, you make it sound like it was like we put up with you, but you. So if anybody out there, I'm sure everybody knows Seinfeld. I mean, you were Kramer basically.
oh
You
shit.
would come over. It was like a sitcom. It was great. You
I
just
actually
bust
don't
in the
know much
door.
about
Hey,
Seinfeld,
what are we
but
doing tonight?
I definitely showed up, opened their door. Like I would consider myself Steve Urkel because I opened the door. I was in the house. I was in the fridge. It was all love. I did bring
But
gifts though. I brought gifts.
but
I
it
wasn't
was,
bad.
yeah, we, it was a mutual thing. Like, yeah, we would go over and do barbecues, and
Barbecue.
yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, you're definitely family now, man. Like, there's no way out now. So
Oh
always
man,
look
I
out
used to
for it.
smoke all that food, and try to draw you guys in. I was smoke master, man. I was smoke
Yep,
master.
yep,
I
yep.
had a lot of time on my hands. That shit was crazy. But
But
yeah,
yeah, that was a crazy time, man. That was, yeah, COVID was, I mean, everybody knows it was just a wild time. And like, I just felt, I felt like I had to bring you in, and anybody else that I could, that it was, nobody knew what was going to happen. So yeah.
conspiracy theory guy over here did though. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. I knew it was gonna happen.
That's facts. You
So
had your theories. You had your theories.
so so how do we get into this? We're supposedly gonna talk about fatherhood, but
Yeah,
maybe tangent a little. So I don't know.
oh
We
yeah,
we can
yeah.
mix it. We can mix it.
We can get back there. But yeah, Jessica is my youngest daughter, from my wife's side. So we are a, blended family. I have two girls. She has three girls adopted, and we kind of came together. And it was a beautiful thing. Basically, it took some time, obviously, because they were in their teenage years when we got together. And that was a whole nother beast in itself. I mean, the learning each other's personalities and then being forced to basically mesh. It was not an easy task. But it naturally kind of, like, it settled down. Everybody kind of gelled eventually, and they figured out each other, and now they get along great. They're all sisters. And it's beautiful. But like, yeah, it's funny you brought up Jessica coming over to your house and how blunt she is.
Oh
It's,
hell!
it's
Oh hell
so
no!
it's
You
so
can't get that
stunning.
out of my head. Like,
I
oh, hell
appreciate
no!
it because it's so real. It's so real, and I love it.
I must have
Um,
looked like I died. I don't know. To this day, she was just like no. Every time I asked her like, what was that about? She's like no,
yeah,
like just
exactly,
not that. You can't
exactly.
stay in your house like that. Okay,
Yeah, if you want brutal honesty, you go to Jess.
you and Jess, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was crazy. Like so, for fatherhood for you, man. Like okay, so you have. How did you? How did you guys navigate that? Like, did I remember some of the lady stories where that they at first kind of didn't get along, but
yeah.
not really bad, but like just they like how did you navigate them not really kind of getting along?
Oh man, it was. I mean, it was like it was a minefield, honestly. It, I couldn't even tell anybody what the secret is in order to do that. It was just, it took two strong individuals, me and Sarah, to say that we find, value in this relationship, and we want to seek it further, and we want to be a family. And
Mm,
we also knew that me coming from the home that I established for them, and our my relationship with their mom, how that devolved. Now, knowing that there is a void there for them, and wanting to provide that motherly figure, in some way, shape, or form, on a full-time basis.
right,
And not to say that was the driver. It was a byproduct. We definitely just wanted to be together. And I think that's the only way that, they eventually understood that, and they come to realize that it wasn't something that was just kind of a fly by night thing.
right,
And once we got married, that definitely solidified it. But even before we actually, finished and tied the knot, basically, it was all kind of water under the bridge, and they understood each other's personalities and everything. So it was not easy, and like I said, I couldn't tell you the formula. I wish I could. Somebody out there probably needs it. Uh, but yeah, it's, you know, you just have to know that this is what you want, and you have to be able to convey that to your kids. And you know, my daughters, they understood the situation, and thank God that they, you know, or thank somebody that they that they were on board, you know.
Yeah,
So,
no. When I came over, it was always all love. So you guys are doing something right. Like,
yeah.
and it was all, yeah. It was always sweetness, like playing games, watching anime, or when we were driving on the sidewalk playing Grand Theft Auto. It was always it's always all love. You know what I mean? Like
That's a good
it was
family
always
fun
family
outing.
fun. Yeah, it was always a good
Family
time.
Grand Theft Auto game.
Yes. What's Chandler doing driving on the sidewalk? Running everyone over. Oh, okay. You want to talk about that? No.
Oh man. Well, coming from where you're coming from now as a young father, I mean, like, yeah, how are you adapting? Are you, I mean,
I
yeah, what how are you doing?
I'm losing my mind. I'm not gonna lie. So, here, let me grab something. I'll show you guys something.
Uh-oh.
So,
Okay.
hopefully I didn't show my butt on the screen there, tripping all over stuff. So, my son just did a
Oh,
Tim Hortons 10-bit hockey thing.
wow. That's cool.
I am proud of him, but at the same time, I love him so much. I'm very frustrated with him, right? So
That's an odd
now hear
moving
me out.
target.
Now I know every dad, hockey dad, football dad, soccer dad, or whatever you guys you're gonna say the same thing. It's gonna click. Everyone's always told me it's gonna click. It's gonna, cause he's young, right? My son is the youngest on the ice. I'm sure of it, cause he's in the U7 team. He just turned 5 December 16th. Everyone is literally older than him, unless they were born a little bit after that, which I'm sure none of those kids were. He's one of the tiniest ones, and I know it hasn't clicked. But here's the thing with my kid, and I'm not just bragging. Anyone who's ever seen videos of my son skate, I've sent it to you. To you,
Yeah.
this motherfucker can skate his ass off, and I'm not joking
That's
when I
awesome.
say this. He is one of the best skaters I've seen, even as a kid. And I say this on my broken ass arm that I broke last December, fall on the fucking ice. My son can skate his ass off.
Yeah.
So when I say, I'm not gonna say he's not trying. I'm not gonna badmouth my baby like that. I sometimes slip up and say that. Yeah, I do see him trying. It's just I'm impatient. I
Yeah.
want it to click. I want all of the way he skates.
Yeah.
I want it to catch up to his stick handling, puck control, and his
Yeah.
tenacity to go after the puck.
Yeah.
His tenacity to go after the puck is when I feel like it, then I'm a ballerina, then I'm gonna fucking stare at you, then I'm gonna look at you through the glass, and then I'm gonna fucking do some cool trick. Then, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get the puck. Then when I get the puck, I'm gonna freak out and dump that shit. And I'm like, like take it, take it to the fucking end, man. Like,
Yeah.
and then today he did that classic thing where he went to the wrong fucking net. Like he finally did everything, and then he was gonna he went to the wrong. I just holy shit! Like it's just for me. Like, and then it's funny because everyone like maybe even you probably don't recognize like, oh man, this guy's competitive. And
Yeah.
and I know where that's coming from is because I grew up with nothing. I grew, not saying my
Yeah.
mom didn't give me nothing, but I was poor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm still poor now, but I have enough to afford his hockey shit and afford his lessons and stuff like that. But my mom couldn't afford none of that stuff. Like she couldn't afford me to be in hockey or football or anything. So when I finally got to ice skate, I'm from New York. I would go to Rockefeller Center or I would go to Central Park. I was scrounging around change, whatever my mom could give me. Then I would go rent some skates and go skate. This dude got skating lessons and all this stuff. So you just put in all this energy. You just want to see him
Yeah.
do good, right? So for me, maybe it's a long-winded Thing was, what it boils down to is I struggle with encouraging him because I tried to bribe him. I straight try to, hey man, if you every time you score, I'll give you $1, $5. What do you want? Then he said, I want monster trucks. Or no, he said he want Hot Wheels. I was like, bet every time you score, give you some goddamn Hot Wheels, man. One score is one Hot Wheel, and I even bargained with him. If you do 3 scores, that's an upgrade where every 3 Hot Wheels equals 1 monster truck. I'm like thinking this through. Like I'm trying to get the ball rolling where he's
Yeah.
because like I'm gonna probably be real honest. I can't tell if he. I don't think he loves the game. Like
He
that's
might not.
and then
He might not.
you know a lot of parents are right then and there would tell me, well, take him out, take him out, take him out, take him out and do what? Like that's my
Yeah,
argument.
that's the thing. You can't.
You
You can't.
can't, you know, like
You got to keep kids active in something. I mean, he may not have a passion for it right now,
yeah.
but you gotta keep them directed towards something. Otherwise, they're going to get into all kinds of trouble.
Oh,
So
that's exactly. So yeah, that's yeah. So when sometimes I complain about it, it's like, well, you can just take him out. I'm like, man, like he did the same for soccer. He actually did worse in soccer. He really didn't try to engage. And then basketball, he just stared at the ball. He stared at the net. We didn't try baseball yet. But then my thing is, now I'm bad and bougie. I'm a hockey dad now. So when it's fucking raining outside and I see the soccer dads out there getting soaked, cheering their babies on, no,
nah,
no. I
I
get to cheer my baby on the goddamn inside.
that was me with my oldest.
Huh?
Yep. My oldest was all about playing soccer for whatever
So
reason.
you was out in the cold and
It
shit.
was something where we knew we needed to give her an outlet too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiora, she played fairly well. I mean, she just wasn't like you were saying, like she wasn't like engrossed into it. She wasn't looking at the score. She wasn't like I could see she was just going through the motions because and we just wanted to make sure that she was doing something active.
Something
She was a
active.
pretty girl, and eventually that pretty girl is going to be pretty woman, and all these kids are going to be after her. But yeah, I was big in basketball. Like that was my thing
Oh yeah,
growing up.
yeah, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, my dad was like, "All right, get on the court. Here you go. Put me and my brother against each other because we're 15 months apart, so we're basically like almost twins."
Mm-hmm.
And we would just bout it out on the basketball court to the point where he built a basketball court in our backyard,
Oh
or just
wow.
hoop, basically hoop and concrete slab, and we would battle it out in the backyard every day, and it was it brought out that that drive, that
That's right.
competitive nature
Competitive nature.
and in both of us. And he was a lot more naturally gifted at it, and he loved it early on, and he went and played college. I did not. I decided to be a knucklehead a little bit earlier, but I still played like regionally. um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it definitely, all kids are going to be different. They're going to latch on to different things. He may not be a hockey star and might not be written in the cards, but it's good to just keep him active until he figures out, what it is that really drives him. Like Kiora, she eventually settled on cheer,
Mm-hmm.
and back then cheer was not considered a sport. I
Right.
was like, seeing what all these high flying cheerleaders do, and I'm like, that is a sport, and
Yeah.
eventually it got recognized later on. But that was her drive, that was her passion, that's what kept her out of trouble. Yeah, and it's no joke. Cheer, I mean, I picked her up from school a couple times with bone bruises, and she had a hematoma on her head one time from a
Give me two
kid falling.
seconds.
Yeah,
Hold
what's
on.
that?
Hold on real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What's going on? Hello? I
Uh-oh.
hear a lot of thumping. Man, I heard a lot of thumping over there.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Huh.
keep that in the interview. father's fear, man. Like
Yes,
sitting here thumping, 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 thumping.
oh
Like
wow.
what's going on in the house? Like do I gotta fight somebody? Like somebody breaking in the house? Like what the fuck is going? I hear a lot of thumping, and I'm like, I think the kid is asleep, but
Yeah.
clearly not, man. It's holy
Great.
shit. That feeling too. That
Oh
feeling
yeah.
like somebody's coming in the house. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
heard it once, and I was like, I'm gonna ignore that shit. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure he's like maybe up a little bit playing. But then I heard it again. I'm like, my heart's like, fuck. Like is somebody trying to pry into the? And
Oh man.
you got the sliding doors and shit. Your brain
Yeah.
is like, all right,
Oh
the
yeah.
sliding doors is below me. Like, dude, like I don't know, man.
You
Like,
have do you have weapons? Do you have
nah, man, I don't got no fucking what is so you can't have guns up here and shit. So I don't got none of that.
really?
No, you can't have no guns in here.
Oh
You know
man.
what's funny about guns? All the bad people have guns. All the good people don't have guns. Cause all
Yep.
the bad people gonna buy an illegal gun. All the good people gonna follow the rules. So all the bad people could just fucking come up and fucking
Yeah. That's oh.
knock you out. So yeah, I hear them now. Yeah. So now I don't
I'll
got no
let you
weapons. I don't got no
break.
swords. I don't got no fucking bows and arrows and shit. So if you're on the podcast, fucking, I'm sorry. Like I'm an empty house, man. Like I guess you can't come and fuck me up, but hope whoever you are, you're a good person and don't want to come rob me. I'm already broke, so fuck you gonna rob. Actually,
I
funny
guess
enough,
that's
I would show you guys my spare bedroom. It's not furnished.
mm.
we like you want full disclosure? I'm using my son's IKEA fucking study desk and his
There you go.
IKEA chair, and I
Oh, there
brought
you
that
go.
upstairs to be my. So whoever you are, and you heard I had no weapons, and you like, oh, this guy's juicy. You will be stealing a $25 IKEA table and a $15 IKEA child's chair.
And we can edit that out too.
Nah, man, you that's what you gonna get. You gonna go into the other bedroom and you gonna pick up a mattress because there's no furniture for the mattress. And you're gonna go downstairs and you're gonna steal a two-seater chair, and that's from IKEA. And you're gonna steal a bench and an IKEA table. And the most expensive thing we probably have is a Walmart TV. And that's it. We don't have any other furniture. And you could steal maybe our Home Depot Christmas tree.
Oh, there you go. There you
So
go. Come get it.
come get it. That's how broke we are. So fatherhood and being broke, all the money
Yeah.
that I do have goes into this. So that's the anxiety that I have. If you see how that all fed right back into it, you saw
It
that
came right back.
it came right back. We don't got no furniture. We don't got shit in here because we putting everything to the baby, and the baby's trying to score on his own goal. Jesus Christ. So
Oh man. So fatherhood is, so you're seeing, go back to what we were talking about. You're
yeah.
seeing a lot of the lack of the competitive nature,
Yes.
like yeah. So it's I feel like it's run rampant, that whole that and this is coming from, I was a basketball coach for like 11 years.
Yeah.
Coached 6-year olds all the way up to middle school, 13, 14, 15-year olds. And it seems like it's kind of progressively kind of gone downhill. People are less competitive. Society has kind of geared kids towards, it's a trophy. Here's your trophy. Everybody gets a trophy.
Everyone got the medal. Oh, and
So
you know what killed me too? My son said something that fucked my brain up. He said, "Not everything's about winning." He told me this.
well, it's not. He's right in that
Who,
in some
who the
in
fuck
some
told him that? Because
in
they
some
in his head before I'm in his head, man. I still
in
don't know who told him that.
in some respect, he is right. Okay, my thing, my thing, always was when I was coaching. If we don't win, you got to learn something. If we're gonna lose, you better learn what we did wrong. Like you need to learn from what happened in order to get better.
Sir.
Okay, take
Mm.
take the learning lessons, and you know what, and then you got to that's something to find drive in too. Okay, what if you didn't want to lose, what did you learn? Okay, that's going to plague your mind. That's for a kid who's in that mode, that's seeing everything from first person view. You know, you what did you do wrong? You know, is going to keep going on.
He don't care. He lost.
He will
He don't
eventually.
give a fuck. I said, "What you doing out there?" He
He's
said,
very very
"Winning's
young.
not everything. Leave me alone." Oh
He's
my god.
very very young.
Oh my god. Like,
He'll get there. He'll get there. But it may not be hockey. It might be something else. It could be
don't
soccer.
say that to me,
You know.
man. I'm
Yeah.
delusional. Don't try to destroy my delusions. I want to be a hockey dad.
Well, I was hell bent on making Kiora like the baddest girl on the court in basketball. I wanted her to be WNBA superstar. You know, because I already knew she was going to be tall. You know,
Yeah.
so tall for a girl anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, and she was like, meh, you know, she did basketball, she did soccer, she finally landed on cheer. So, you know,
Fair enough then. Fair enough. Then
so
they are
so
active. Like I expect this child to be asleep and I hear nothing but activity behind me.
it's because you're active.
I'm active. He's
Yeah.
active. He is up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hear his
Yeah.
voice.
They feel the energy.
They
They
feel the
feel it.
energy. He wants to
Yep.
know what I am doing right now. He is. I can feel it. It's distracting me because I also keep. When I think he's sleeping, my ears are looking for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I hear him. But man, what I lost my train of thought when I heard them walk going by. But yeah, like it is. Yeah, it is difficult to trigger him to feel competitive
Yeah.
in anything. Actually, like it wasn't just ice skating. It is. What was the other thing that happened? Oh, his reading. So
Oh,
yeah, he reads really well. He's on the first grade level. And I'm not bragging. Like this is hard work.
you can brag. It's okay.
No man, like it's stressful.
That's
It's
good.
fucking to get him that air was stressful.
Yeah.
So here's what
That's
happened.
amazing.
One of the most when this was like October. This was near Halloween time. My wife went to one of the first parent teacher meetings,
Mm-hmm.
and so I didn't put two and two together because sometimes I'm just like in my own world. I had some work difficulties, shit like that. So I was kind of like not really. I heard what my wife said, which was the teacher said that he ran away from the reading evaluation she was trying to give him. And it wasn't like a big test. It was just like, come over here and read some sight words. But he ran away. Now, from what my wife told me was that it was like during playtime anyway. So I kind of took my son's side. Like, why are you giving him a reading evaluation in his playtime? Like, even I wouldn't fucking go for that. Like, I'm grown, and if it's playtime,
Messing with my schedule.
hey, come over here and
Yeah.
look at this. No, like,
Yeah.
so when she first told me that, I was just like, yeah, it was playtime. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't like it didn't really bother me, right? So then later on though, so what happens is they get books to take home and the books are leveled. Like I think it's up to 28 level. I don't even know what these levels are. Still to this day, I don't get how they've leveled these books.
This must be a Canadian thing.
Yeah, I wish I had one of the books. But
That's
anyways,
okay.
it's one through 28, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's from because he's in a blended class. He's in kindergarten and he's in a blended class with the first graders. And I think toward level 28, it's a first grade reading level. or higher. I'm assuming because
Yeah.
I know that he's at level 16 right now, and level 16 is easily first grade. Like
Okay.
he's reading, he can read those stories.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all of this comes down to when he first didn't do this sight word evaluation, he came home with a level 3 book. Now, me, I'm not used to these levels, so I don't know shit about him anyway. So I thought level 3 is okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we were quickly weirded out because he read it too quick. And
Oh.
when your kid reads too quick, it's good, but then he's up in your face real fast. You're like, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Like he just read this whole thing. It's like, but then it on the instruction paperwork it said to request for a higher level books if the kid reads too fast. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So of course, since we don't know how it's level, we said, can we have a level 4 book? Because you don't know, it's like jumps in levels, right?
Yeah.
And then that same night, for whatever reason, I think my wife, um, I, our neighbor, our up the hill neighbor, their daughter's in the same class as Owen. So for whatever reason, that night when we were talking to them, we went up the hill to their house,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're sitting around in their house, and I think it's a level 12 book sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife got frustrated because I'm not gonna say woman. Sometimes ladies will compare the kids pretty quickly in a weird
Oh yeah.
tapping manner. Guys
Oh yeah.
do it too, but you know how the ladies do it. Oh,
Absolutely.
what level is Owen in? You know
Yeah.
that shit.
Yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what level is so and so in? Like, so they did that shit, and then I'm not paying attention to that shit that said level 12. Like, I might have saw, but I didn't care, right?
Yeah.
But then when they brought it up, I'm like, yeah, let me look at this book. Oh, level 12. Then I looked in it, and I'm like, Owen can read this. Like, why is she
Absolutely.
have level 12 and he has level 3?
Yeah.
So we get home. I'm like, Owen, what's up with you, man? Why so and so have a level 12 book and you sitting here with a level 3? And then he got quiet, and my wife was like, remember I told you that he didn't do the evaluation. I was like, oh yeah, you did tell me that,
Oh.
right? And then I was like thinking about it, like, oh yeah, but wasn't it playtime? Like, wasn't it playtime?
Priorities.
Like, and then I was
Priorities.
like, yeah, and then I was like, what? Right? Like, I'm on his side still, so I'm just like, fucking playtime, like. So
Hell
then
yeah.
I got annoyed too because I'm like, isn't the teacher supposed to fucking ask this kid again? Like, and she was like, well, no, like. Then I started getting annoyed. Now here's why I got annoyed. It wasn't because the girl was level 12 or all this. It boiled down to I remember telling Owen something very important when he got into school. And that was when the teacher asks you to do something, do it. But I get it about the playtime, but more importantly, I was telling him never act stupid in front of the teacher
Mm.
because that paints the picture for that teacher.
Yeah.
It plants that seed. You know what I mean? That you're
Yeah.
not smart. Even
Yeah.
if they start to think you are, the more you don't show it,
Yeah.
it's just. And I told him that, and I was like, "Hey, man, I remember now why I'm annoyed at this situation. It's more like, you, even if it was playtime, I get it. And when she didn't ask you again, I get it. But like, you should have shown her that you can read. Like,
Mm-hmm.
something in you should have been in there to be like, oh yeah, I can read this because she gave you a level 3 book. Like,
Yeah.
that something in her mind didn't think he could read at all.
Yeah.
Then I started getting defensive, so I shot her an email. Like, I wasn't trying to be mean. So it was super nice. I was just like, hey, what? So one part of the email I wrote to her because my concern was that he didn't show her anything else. Like, say he didn't read the side words, but you see this dude all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else made her think he's higher than level 3. So I asked her, like, what
Mm-hmm.
made you think that he can't read?
Yeah. Yeah.
from day to day. Because then that's what was triggering me was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, man, is he playing dumb all day long? Like if he didn't do the sight words, but then they do reading and he's just looking at the words, is he going like this? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is he turned off? You know,
Yeah.
because when we're at home, he's reading way better, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Is he quiet? Is he just
Hell,
like
it's Owen.
no? I
Me,
mean, I mean, yeah.
is he
I
quiet?
mean that was so the way I always learned when I was a kid was I did not I didn't ask a lot of questions. I still don't.
Right.
I sit back and I watch and I observe and when everybody's backs turned doing other things, that's when I get to tinkering on certain things or whatever the case may be. I'll figure it out myself because I was I just wanted to figure it out on my own accord, I guess. But yeah, I mean
He is
maybe
like you a
it's
little bit.
something like
Okay,
that.
you know what? I'll give you. He is like that.
Mm-hmm.
He very much is a more sit back, observe type. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But not really quiet. Like the way he does it is like he'll talk and stuff, and then when everyone else is running in front, he'll hold back.
Yeah.
But the reading, I don't know what he was doing with that. Oh, you know what it is? He is adverse to like his reading lessons
Mm.
to such a strong point where like he does anything to disrupt it.
Oh, interesting.
So I do know that he just didn't want to read with her,
Mm.
and he
What?
thinks it's a chore. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that part is that he just thought it was a chore, and then he just was. If she gave him a choice, she didn't say come sit down. She said, "Hey, if you want to," you know what I mean. So he was like, "I don't want to," right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
Makes sense.
I get that part. He is kind of sit back, but if you give him the choice, he's not going to do the chore reading, right?
Yeah.
So she did finally. So that very next day, after we kind of laid into him, like, look, you can't act dumb in school. You can't not show the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The next day he did go and show her, and
Mm.
it comes back with a level 13 book, bro.
Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
but still, like, I was just like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
Then he read that shit so quick. So now we're at level 16 anyway. So
Yeah.
we told him like
Wow.
this is easy, this is easy. So
Mm-hmm.
he's between 15 and 16. I still don't know what these fucking levels are, but it's a little bit harder. Like I have to
Yeah.
now I can help with the weird words and stuff. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
okay. Cuz sometimes like English is weird for him and it's like or for everyone like uh, there's something that always makes me laugh. The word find, right? So I'm sure. Okay, so what's the rule with when there's the e? What sound does I make?
When there's the E before the I,
Yeah, it makes the
I mean, is
I
it
makes
E
the I.
first? I'll be honest, I suck at it at that whole like vocabulary stuff. But what is it?
So like the e makes the I make an I sound,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the word find doesn't have an e.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Of course.
So shit like that, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard for the kid because
He
like
was
you
overthinking it.
just huh.
He's overthinking it, right?
Well, it's fucked up. You just taught him all of these rules, and then
Yep.
the word "find" shows up, and it's "find," right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So poor baby.
Not fiend.
Hopefully, I'm not wrong about any of this, and then everyone thinks I'm an idiot. But I
No. No.
remember we just ran across the word "find," and he said, "There's no e, so why would it make an I sound?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, that's like, hey, English is stupid, baby. I'm sorry.
It is.
Like, one of those languages.
It literally is. Oh my god.
Oh, another thing we run into, uh, OW. His name is Owen, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you would say now, right? Now, it's
Mm-hmm.
ow. OW makes the ow sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another thing, but then all of a sudden OW makes a different sound. So then I was about to nip him. Fuck, I'm trying to think of the other word. I was gonna nip him about it, but OW almost makes like a, I forgot the name. Now I'm trying to think of it, but I was gonna be like, this makes an ow sound, but then he was like, no, this makes a this sound, and I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, right. I can't think of the word because I'm in the hot seat, but like so sometimes I understand like where so these books have those kind of words
Yeah,
where it's like mixed up where it has the two sounds and shit, like, so I'm like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, I'll help him with those words and stuff.
yeah,
But fatherhood in that case is just tough for me because it's like, wow, I have to be patient. And my son does not. That's the
yeah,
thing, is your kids are not you, right? So my son doesn't
hmm
think like me or my wife.
yeah,
Like the way he acts toward hockey, right? Like my wife and I, we would have broke our bones to hit just to get one score, even if we couldn't skate. We would be limping to try because our objective would have been to score. And me, like,
yeah,
even if it's like I said, to break the bones. Like that's our mindset, right?
yeah,
He does hang back. He does observe. Then he does try to jump in, but I don't know how to encourage him because the Hot Wheels trick. I probably didn't finish that, but the Hot Wheels trick only worked once.
yeah,
He
yeah,
scored like 8 times within that week. He scored 4 times one time and 4 times the other, or something like that. And we
yeah,
bought him a fucking pack of Hot Wheels, and we were like, okay, this is working.
yeah, yeah,
And these last few games, doesn't try, hasn't
yeah.
tried at all. They
Well,
barely did a breakaway, and I don't
yeah,
know what to do now because it's not working now. So I'm just
yeah,
like, hey, what happened to the Hot Wheels? And he don't care. He
yeah,
didn't care.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, like, I did not really necessarily care as much as my brother Kevin when we started playing basketball early on, and he took off like a rocket ship. And then when he started beating me, like that's when I was like, yeah, no, this is your sport. I'll let you go ahead and do that, But what eventually made me come back around to basketball was when Michael Jordan was when he went on his tear. I'm dating myself right now.
Mm.
Um, when this was like 1997, 1996, the finals. I think it was 96, 97. It was the last time he played, maybe 98, I can't remember, but basically the just seeing his like sheer dominance on the court and then the artistry behind it, like
Mm.
the just the ways that he would find to score, the art of the game.
Right.
That's what made me come back to basketball and say, hey, I know how to do this. I'm not as eloquent as Michael Jordan at basketball, but I was definitely, I had some talent at it, and I could teach the fundamentals.
Right.
But it brought me back to it, as far as having a love for it. So I mean, and Owen is a creative like you. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got to be. I mean,
He
that
loves
to
fucking
me,
art. Yes. Yes, he does.
yes, that could be your hook right there. Breaking down plays from great Gretzky, or who some of the great ones in that sport. But this is just this is just from one dad to another. I don't know nothing.
Maybe I'll sit. I mean, shit. I'm gonna try, man. Like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna sit him on the lap and just see if he can watch something. Like,
hmm
yeah, I gotta try because
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I
not
I
working. What I
thoroughly
did is
was.
not working.
I was 100% like into the arts when I was, I mean, I sucked at school. I'll be honest with you. I barely got out of high school. So that, yeah, I was definitely, that's the art in anything was going to drive me to do it. And that's, and then watching Kobe play later on, I was like,
Right.
okay, this is amazing, the stuff that you're doing on the court. And that's what kind of another basketball figure that kind of drove me to keep wanting to play. Um, but yeah, yeah, the artistry of the game is probably a good thing to lean on. But what was your sport? Was your sport hockey?
I didn't get to do shit. Like, so my mom. So how do I say this? My mom was my primary, like.
Yeah.
So then,
You
and my
said you
dad was
skated.
on the weekends here and there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe every two weeks.
Hmm.
So, and my mom couldn't afford. Like, I'm serious. Like, my mom couldn't afford anything. Like I had the same fucking PlayStation 2 when it came
Hmm.
out. That was all I had. Like, everyone had all these consoles. My mom saved up everything she could for the PlayStation 2, and that was it. And I played the same two damn games on there: Final Fantasy X and Dynasty Warriors. Oh, actually, she bought me Ace Combat 2. So I
Oh
had
yeah.
three fucking games, and I had those from when it came out, and then I never had nothing else. So I was just at home playing video games because, yeah, like where I was in New York, they had a lot of football. It was a football. I saw a lot of kids playing football,
Yeah.
and there was also a lot of soccer. But she didn't have time. You know what? I was actually a nerd though. I was in a marching band.
Oh.
I played saxophone in a marching band.
Okay.
The money that she did spend, she spent it on a saxophone. And I used to travel around, like marching around,
Yeah.
playing saxophone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, and then the marching band dissolved or something like that. And then I played in like the jazz band in junior high school, and
Hmm.
I think I played in jazz band in high school, but I wasn't really deeply interested in high school. So
Hmm.
yeah, I wasn't really good at sports. I didn't get deep into those. So that's funny. I could swim pretty well, but when we went to a swim competition, I got my ass kicked. I remember that because I wasn't trained, right? I could just swim, you know. My
It's
mom
because
told
we're.
me,
Come
huh?
on, let's be real.
Huh?
I said it's because we're black. Let's keep it real.
Shit. The fact that I could even fucking float. I I'm mixed though, so ain't you mixed too though?
Oh yeah.
You mixed
Oh
white
yeah.
too, right?
Yep.
Shit, that's the
Absolutely.
only reason why we can swim. Sorry to all the full-blooded black people that can't
I got
swim.
the motions. I can get the motions down.
Let me tell you some funny shit though. When I was in the Navy, we had a fucking swim call. We jumped off the elevator. So the elevator of the aircraft carrier from the hangar bay level, not the fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
top for anybody
Yeah.
who's crazy enough to think we'd jump four levels. But we did. That's high enough from the elevator to the water is crazy high. Because I remember when I hit the water, my back stung for like my butt and back stung for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, it was funny because almost all the black people that jumped off that thing needed to get picked up. Oh, as soon as I hit that water, I know that motherfucker profiled me because we had a rescue team in the water and stuff just to help out, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as he saw my black head, he was like, "You all right?" Because you jump in the water from the elevator, and you're supposed to swim to the back of the boat.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got in, "You all right?" And then I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And then I started swimming, and I mean that dude kept checking on me. He was like, "You sure you're all right?" Yeah. And then when I finally got to the back of the ship and I looked at the red boat is like the blow up boat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
anyone who needs. Yeah. It was only black people on there. I don't think I saw even
That's
one white
hilarious.
person on that boat. And I was like, oh, that's why he asked me because he really
Crazy.
well, good looking brother. Whoever you are, if you ever hear this podcast, I remember you. We were on the Eisenhower,
The Eisenhower.
and
Wow.
we jumped into the Indian Ocean for all of it. Swim call 2006,
Wow.
seven, something like that. Thank you,
Wow.
whoever you are, brother, because I know you thought my black ass was going to drown, and I know you knew how to swim.
That's amazing. Yeah, I almost joined the Navy too. I didn't for whatever reason. I can't remember. I mean, there was definitely, my dad's words ringing in my ear, like, the forces. Black man has no place in the forces. I'm sure you might have heard that. I don't know,
My
but
father told me that.
yeah, and it was just out of fear of them exploiting us and all that, So I didn't join because I think it was like right there at the end of the, I was going to, I was talking to the recruiters, and they were, trying to, they were getting together with me and my basketball bros, and they were
Yeah.
playing basketball and stuff. They were just trying to build that camaraderie, and at the last minute, I'm like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, I mean, I wish I had in some respects when I look back in hindsight, because I wasn't doing nothing with my
I
life.
mean, shit, they paid for your college.
I mean, I
College,
might as
my
well have.
college degree's on them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So but yeah, it's amazing. Like, yeah, I wish I had. And thank you for your service, sir.
Honestly, though, you say so. Like your life's not bad. So like the thing is, you did good. Like it took me forever to even become your neighbor. Like so, it's. I say they pay for my college, but my college hasn't got me much of anything anyway. So like, and I didn't have my college when I met you. When I bought that house, I still didn't finish my degree. I just started it.
Yeah.
When I met you guys, I was just in school. That was part of you guys when you guys were taking care of me, is because I was fucking doing all my classes and stuff in that room with no furniture too. This
Yeah.
is a trend. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, like I would say that yeah, they pay for my college, but shit, I got a bachelor's in aeronautics. I apply to jobs all the time with that shit, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, still. So when they say black people don't have a place in the military,
Oh, that was my dad, man. That was
that's my
that was
dad too, though. But where the
his
fuck did they
story.
get that from? Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can get where they're coming from. You know what's funny? Oh, since we're gonna drift into politics, I
Yep.
finally experienced something that woke people always talk about, but I don't
Oh,
want to acknowledge it. Yeah.
okay.
So it's funny because I kind of start to see what woke people are talking about, but I still don't want to give them that much credit.
All right, now I gotta hear this. I'm on the
I don't
edge
know
of my
how
seat.
much I can say, but my previous jobs have all had something in common,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, them woke people they have a point. They have a point about stuff, but
Oh, you gotta give me more. You gotta give me more. You gotta say
I
something.
I finally see. How do I say this? I can finally see sometimes there's a bit of a color problem,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it legit is because like there was the common denominator was my color.
Yeah.
I know it was my color
Yeah.
because there was no other fucking problems, and it wasn't my education, and it wasn't the way I behaved because those people were fine if they made mistakes of any sort.
Yep.
But I couldn't do good or bad. I was always wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
then I realized it's me. Then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I kind of see what woke people are talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give woke people too much credit because some of my biggest ops were them same motherfuckers that said they got my back. So that's why I always don't want to give woke people credit about colorism of any sort
Yeah.
because on the same token, them people's the same people that'll tell me, oh, because I'm mixed, I'm not black, or because I'm mixed, I'm not gonna be supported, or because I'm mixed, I'm privileged. I'm like, yo, go fuck yourself. Like, go fuck yourself all the way. Like, there's this dude on Instagram. He was talking about mixed people are so privileged, but this, that, and the other. And I was like, I only have the privilege of being fucking hated by
That's
you and these other motherfuckers. So shut the fuck up. But people don't see it that way. I kind of get it. I'm gonna be like that. But yeah, like Just recently,
it's
like it
I
clicked.
don't think
Hmm?
I wouldn't pair the two things. I wouldn't say that the the acknowledgement of colorism is a woke thing. I would say I mean color is always going to be an issue.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately.
it is sad but true. I mean, I'm even in this day and age, and with everybody. Okay, so my hot button like term right now that I fucking hate is DEI. Okay,
Oh shit!
that bullshit that can go and die in hell right now because DEI is just a shortened up way of saying that you are against, when you say that word, you're against diversity, equity, and inclusion. You are on the opposite. You are not trying to be diverse. You're trying to divide. You're not about equity. Fuck everybody else. And it's not about inclusion.
So what do you think it is? Wait. So hold on. You're saying that if the workplace says they're about it, they're not about it? What does that really mean?
I'm saying that the people that are using that term right now are using it in a divisive way so that we can it's a fancy way of getting people to not look at the fact that we are lesser, okay? That in their minds we are so I'm a manager right now,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in the job that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I am always in a room with about 16 other people when I get together with all the rest of the managers,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe one other will be black,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Or some other color. When I ask everybody around the room, how long you been with this company? How long you been here? 2, 3, 4 years. Okay?
Oh.
I've been at this company for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me this long to get to this point.
Yeah.
You can't say that you cannot say with some of these companies out here that you are about being fair. Okay,
Yeah.
you've got the most talented people out there that are of color, and you're just looking by them because they don't prescribe the way you do. They are not the right shade that you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why people using that term DEI, it's just a fancy way of saying, you know what? I want to go back to the old ways. I want to say I want to just hire all white people, and I don't want to have any other qualms about it. I don't want the government to be in my shit. I don't want this company to look down on me. I just want to hire the white people. I said that. Hopefully, I didn't say that too fast. The
No,
right
you're
people, the white people.
I'm quiet now because I wasn't always like I used to be like, whatever, but I just had a
But
really terrible experience and I know exactly what it was about.
yeah,
I could the way these motherfuckers looked at me, bro. This they would sneer at me.
yeah.
Like when I'm telling like this, like I can't make this up. He would go like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was like from day one, dude had something cooking for me.
Yeah.
And
Or they look at you
and
like they don't understand the words that are coming
oh
out
no
your mouth.
no they knew they understood me. Oh no they understood. They just they had a plan and they executed it on me.
Yeah.
And they had smiles like the way they would like the way they lined it up, like I couldn't get out of it. And then when I would bring up something, like they would go like this. And I was like, wow, like I knew what it was for. And I was like, I'm on the chopping block. I'm fucked. And I could not unfuck myself. And I knew exactly why I was fucked. And then when it happened, my situation happened. My wife brought it up. She was like, this always happens to you. But she said, do you see a trend? And then I was like, oh fuck, because she's been trying to get in my ear for a while because I'm always against it. I'm always like, nah, this is
Yeah.
not about color. This is not about this. And she was like, it's all about color. And then I was like, when she told me this, when she's like, look at what happens to you every time, I was like, oh shit, like it's true. But then again, like you know my other situation, like my author situation, right?
Yeah.
So I would say I'm pissed off both ways then, because from my author situation, like it's inexcusable to me. It's inexcusable because um you were even there.
Hmm.
I would be trying to promote those books on those all
Yeah.
black Facebook groups and stuff like that. Bro,
Yeah.
what were they looking at? The prison, the prisoners. Remember that shit? And I
Yeah.
came to your house. I was all fucking stressed out. I
Yeah.
I published this book, and everyone's talking about. And this was back when everyone was doing that black owned everything. Remember that shit? That was like
Yeah. Yeah.
2020, something like that. When
Yeah.
right when Biden came in, everyone was like black owned this, and they had the black box and all this shit, right? I
Yeah.
was like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm a test this. So this is why I'm always pissed off, because I'm like, who needs who needs friends like this? Like if these are my enemies, because like if you're gonna say white people are my enemy, and I wasn't subscribing to that, and then I'm asking you the community, you guys called it, right, the black community, and I say, hey, help me, and then instead of help, it was always a reason why they couldn't help me. It was like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, you posted your mom, I saw your mom was white, you're not black. Okay, then it was,
Really?
yeah, man, because I used to post, because when my son was born, I posted a family picture on Twitter,
Yeah.
X now, and people was hitting me up on that shit, and then my cover art wasn't black people.
Mhm.
Remember? So then
Yeah.
all of these people kept telling me, you don't have black people and you're not representing black people because your cover art's not black. Fine, man. Like I wrote a story at the time that I thought was gonna be cool, which was a Lebanese lady marrying an Israeli guy because it's oil and water, and
Hmm.
they've always been fighting. And then it was just interesting dynamic to make that a couple. I wrote that, and then I made a half Chinese, half black dude because I thought that was an interesting mix at the time. Marry a Colombian, and then they was all together. I thought that was a cool story, man. Like
Hmm.
I'm not trying to always think about exact color. Like I was just thinking of cultural dynamics and stuff, and then put it in the
Yeah.
story. I didn't know I had to write a black person perfectly, say he's black or she's black, and then put a black cover just to get support. Like
So the whole
yeah, the
story
whole thing. Like
has all
I didn't know I needed a Zane gangster novel or something, and then I'm accepted. But this is the thing. They said that they want black authors and black artists and everyone to succeed. So when I said, please try my book, they were bashing me too. They weren't just saying no, they were doing sneaky stuff, like being really fucking mean to me. Like,
yeah.
it's like trying to undermine, like, oh, it must be terrible the way you write. It's just like being really weird. And my trend, the shit I noticed was all of the woke people that were being mean, the nastiest ones, always had pronouns in their bio, always had BLM, and always had all these pride flags. Those were the most meanest people on Twitter. Like like if there was like levels of mean, those were the final bosses. Like there was some nasty little quips and there was some little, but the final bosses always had BLM, a fucking pride flag, and then she, her, or he, him, and they, them. Always. It was, and they were always the most nastiest fucking comments ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are supposed to be the most, and the meanest of them all were the BLM ones that were like feminist. And
Yeah.
it was like, it was so counterintuitive because
Hmm.
those feminists hated black men the most.
Yeah.
No matter whether they were white or black or whatever, they were the meanest of all. And their
Yeah.
excuse was, "I'm a straight black male, so I'm equal in privilege as a white man." Don't no fucking white man see me as no equal privilege of anything.
No. No. You know the
The like what do they see that as?
yeah.
One of my best friends, you met him, Gabe. He's white, and Sam. They're white. And when they do see color, they don't like ghetto bullshit. But they would see me as an equal. They would
Yeah.
see me as an equal.
Yeah.
But their
Yeah.
friends and some of the
But
people
they know you.
that are with them do not like black people, and I know they wouldn't like me unless I talk and whatever. But they would. Some of their friends and some of the people above would immediately think I'm just some ghetto shit too. They would
Yeah. Yeah.
stereotype,
Yeah.
and I would not get a good position if I didn't push past the like that stereotype.
Yeah.
So like,
No,
how do I equal? So how did those other people consider me white? The BLM people consider me equal in privilege as a straight white man. How the fuck
yeah.
did that happen?
It's I I would just say that it's the it's because of the mixed race background, and I got it my whole life too. Um, you know, there were certain people that just felt like I wasn't black enough.
Yeah, I'm
um,
never black enough.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but then the contradiction is I'm still the one on the outside of everything. I'm the last to get promoted. It's yeah. There's still that. So I mean, it is a stupid dichotomy that's going on in that community, in our community. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Um, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because if you go by historical standards, if you want to go all the way back to the one drop rule, we all should be in the same tent.
Oh
We should,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
we should
that's
all,
the shit. That shit kills me all the way. Cause first of all, even if these people didn't know I was mixed race, they wasn't about to help an author anyway.
yeah,
From what I saw, because I was on that Facebook group. It was like an
yeah,
open Facebook. It was for black people only. Remember, and
yeah,
I can't forget this. The sky was the limit on actually gaining an audience. I was so excited to find this thing.
yeah,
It was a public page, and I remember anyone could talk about anything, and there were actual prisoners,
yeah, yeah.
and they were on their phone, and they were doing all this gang stuff, and they was talking about all this. I
I
don't even know
remember.
what they were talking about, and it was just like they had hundreds of followers, and it was like free Mickey and free Michael and free Killer and free this, and I was like, okay, cool. Hey, check out my book. It's erotica, it's science fiction, and no one would click on it. And finally some prisoner clicked on it. And he was nice to me. He was just like, hey fam, no one read around here. Whoever you are, prisoner guy, thank you, man. You were the nicest. Like, fuck. At least,
Yeah, out
thank
of
you,
the
bro.
rest of the world. Yeah,
You were the only guy. Like I don't even know who you are. I feel so bad. Like I was so. You know what's funny? In my head, I said to myself, "Remember this dude. Like remember his kindness. Remember his name." I don't even think that was his real name. I don't think they're supposed to have their real fucking names. I don't think they're supposed to have phones and
probably
shit.
not.
Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's not like it's secret because it's a public fucking page. Anyways, but whatever his name is, I don't even think that would be his real name.
no, probably not. Probably not.
Whoever you are, bro, thank you. Cause like at
Yeah.
least you fucking acknowledge my existence. We have all these people here.
Hmm.
Didn't even acknowledge me at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it also comes down to whether or not people know you. They know at the core of you who you are. Like you said, like people who interact with you on a regular basis.
Those
They
prisoners,
they
everyone knew who those motherfuckers were.
Yeah. What's that?
Those prisoners, those people knew who they were. They didn't know who they were.
No, I'm going back to you. Like
Oh
as far as like you know getting your books out there,
shit,
and having it, gosh, what's the word? Acknowledged, that this is
man!
a
All I needed to do was throw up gang signs. This looks like a fucking prison here. So right now, all I gotta do is start talking
you need to
super
just join a
ghetto.
gang. That's
Throw
what
up
it comes
random
down to.
gang signs that may or may not get me killed because I just did some random shit, and then
West Side is ambiguous enough.
just act super ghetto, and then people would start fucking following me.
Yeah, sadly, yes.
I don't know shit about being a gangster.
Look at
Nothing.
Snoop Dogg now. Snoop Dogg is he's everybody's poster child. What was that motherfucker doing back when I was in high school? He was slanging that shit. Anyway.
Motherfuckers will pay these dudes money for their commissary, but won't give me $10 for a fucking book. They'll give them like 10, $20 for fucking commissary, but $10 for a fucking book, they won't get it.
Well,
Fucking
don't
hate
give
my
up.
life, bro.
Don't give up.
I'm not giving up. I'm just saying. And yo, actually, the fucking craziest shit too is these homeless people here over here. They always asking for money, and I'm like, you make more money than me. No, I don't. I'm like, I'm in debt, like debt, fucking houses and shit, fucking car note and shit. And I was like, even if my book doesn't sell, I was like, you make $10 just fucking walking up and down the street. I don't even have that. Like my paycheck spent. Your shit, you get it right away.
Yeah.
You get more money from holding a sign than I get when I just try to post my shit everywhere.
Yeah, and their overhead
More
low.
money.
They don't have to pay for rent. You know, they're living a life. You know, the government programs that are out
Somebody
there.
somewhere gonna be offended by this, but I'm dead ass
I
serious.
know, I
I
know, I know.
literally be begging on the line. Help me, read my book, please.
There's some that
Try
need
this
it,
shit.
some that
Try this
don't. You
shit.
know.
Try it.
Yeah.
Try it. I fucking hate it. I hate advertising. I hate it. Every time I touch my phone to fucking advertise, I wanna fucking scream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, it's a part of it. Fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I love you, but fuck
Well,
you. Like, no,
I
it's
have
the
the
worst.
hardest time. Yeah, yeah, advertising my stuff too. You know, any projects that I'm doing. It's I don't know. It's a humility thing. I think.
It
It
doesn't work. No one gives
no.
a fuck. They see me begging. They can click hard on it. They scroll right past that shit. And everyone knows the rules of social media. This is not back in the day. Everyone knows that if you click heart, even a heart, it helps. So when
Yeah.
they don't want to click heart, they fucking know that it's not helping. If because people you can mindlessly click
Everybody
heart.
watching this, click a heart, please. This man
Mindlessly
needs your
clicking
heart.
the heart can help.
He needs your
Because
heart.
sooner or later it actually hits the actual people that need it. But
Yeah.
if you ignore it, oh, you're just like fuck off. Because I'm like, anybody out there, they can see it.
Echo.
They can fucking see it. Oh, and now I'm on Threads, and you know who follows me on Threads? All the
Huh.
fucking hookers and OnlyFans and fucking
What?
fake bot accounts and shit.
I'm
So
not even on
it's
Threads. I have
horrible.
no. Yeah. I,
The fucking hookers and the what do you call it? The fake accounts. They click like and hard.
you get more love from
I
them, huh?
get. You know why? Because when you try to see who it is, you click their profile.
Yeah.
And then you click their profile, and it's OnlyFans. So I mean, you know what? It's karma, right? I want people to pay for a erotica book that's like super sexy and freaky and shit, and they want me to pay to see pussy.
I think there could be a trade there. Just
Then-
saying.
I asked him recently. I said, hey, do you guys read erotica? Like, we can have an ecosystem, Like, fuck. You read my freaky ass book. You show your fans whatever the fuck happens after you read the book. And they pay you something, right? I make you wet, and then you show these motherfuckers that are so desperate to pay for pussy that can't go to Pornhub, and I can't fucking understand paying for pussy.
Oh,
I can't.
oh. Well, just keep fighting, man. That's all I can tell you. You.
I've lost. I'm fighting, but I've lost. If something changes after this interview, then fuck, I don't know. But I
Hey,
post on Twitter
this is how
spinning my
people get
wheels.
to know you. I'm telling you, like, yeah, you putting yourself out
It's
there.
bad. Getting to know someone's the worst for selling books. It's the worst.
Well, yeah, I
When they
mean,
get to know you, they really don't want to buy it then.
What?
It's
You're
not
not that
good,
bad.
huh?
You're not that bad.
No, it just crosses a threshold of no return.
Yeah,
People are either gonna be your friend or they're gonna be someone who buys the book. And that's
yeah,
the worst thing, is because friendships like that, they get fucked up, right? Because I feel like then I'm begging a friend to buy a book. Now, I'm not upset about friends I've made online. I'm not saying that at all. I'm happy about the friends I've made online. And I'm happy that I've made friends that have bought my book. I'm not saying that at all. But it's 90% goes south. 90% of it goes south because the person stops trying to see you as an author and starts judging your breath, every breath you take. Because they're
yeah,
trying to then be your friend, right? They're getting to
yeah,
know you.
yeah.
You might not fucking like me. And that's the worst. Because then that goes from I'm going to buy his book to I don't like this guy no more. That's the worst. The worst.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you got to I mean, everybody's got a fan base out there, in my opinion. You know, there's more similarities that we have between everyone than there are differences. So, yeah, it's a big world, man. You just got to keep promoting. You got to keep showing up, doing shit like this. I mean, this is what's gonna
Therapy.
get you, get people to know you, get to know the real you.
The
You
real
know?
me. They're not gonna like this
Yeah.
either. I can imagine. I said a million things wrong, and they're gonna. You said that. You said this. You said homeless people make more than you. You don't understand their struggles. I'm fucking.
There's always one or two of them.
I,
Yeah, don't let that bother
you
you.
are privileged. You just don't know it. Yeah, I know. Something's gonna be wrong. Everything's always wrong. I
Stop,
noticed that.
stop.
No, I'm serious. Everything I do is always something fucking wrong. I can tell. I can't, man. I was gonna ask you something. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
how'd you get into acting and shit? Since we're talking about creative and I'm on my bitch fest, how did you get into acting and stuff like that? How'd that go about?
Well, I was in high school when I first kind of realized that it was something that I wanted to do, that I wanted to like at least entertain. And I was in a dramas literature class, and our one of our projects was to basically write and film our own work, and
Mm,
did that. And I couldn't even tell you what it was on, but it was me and like three of my friends that got together. I think it was some kind of like a re like a I think we did a reenactment of a Terminator movie or something silly,
mm,
it was something like that. uh, and basically, I kind of knew then that I wanted to get into film work.
right.
Um, I had some really serious. Uh, I had acne. I had really bad acne when I
Really?
was in high school.
Bitch,
It
you're
really
beautiful now.
it fucked with my whole headspace. I thought I was the ugliest motherfucker in the world, like Quasimodo.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, it was like pimples on top of pimples on my just my temples
Do
right
you know
here.
what caused that shit?
It was, well, I eventually got it cleared up, obviously, and I had to take like this pill that was basically like a light form of gene therapy. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want somebody else to do it. There's a lot of, you have to go through a lot of hoops of this medication and that medication and that medication, and then finally they're like, okay, we'll put you on the gene therapy drug.
Holy shit, bro.
And it basically, over about almost a year, it finally cleared up. And then I was somewhat happy with myself and the way I looked, and then I decided I was going to get into modeling. And so it wasn't because I didn't have any experience at acting at that time. I figured modeling would be a good segue to get into acting.
Right.
And so I joined the Barbizon School of Modeling, and I did that whole tour. um, didn't do very much with that. I basically was trying to find jobs here and there, and I did some commercials, and I did a music video out there for actually a Canadian group, the Classic Crime. Um, Coldest Heart is the name of the video. If anybody wants to look it up, I'm in there just because I was modeling at the time.
What's
There's no
it
sense
called?
in trying.
Cold with heart?
The Coldest Heart. Yeah, the
I'm gonna
classic
fucking
crime, The
Google this.
Coldest Heart.
But
Yeah,
you're
and
in
I'm
there.
in there for a flash in the beginning and a flash at the end.
What fucking year was this?
Oh God, it was 99 maybe 99.
Modeling?
Say again.
What is it called? Coldest Heart modeling
No, the name of the song was The Coldest Heart, and
song.
the group was The Classic Crime.
And you're in this motherfucker?
I'm in the video. Yeah.
No way.
So
Hold
I,
on.
I did that video, and I did some other commercials after that, and I did like a Money Tree commercial. Um, yeah. Did you find it? I could
Yeah.
probably.
Do you know where? What?
I'm fairly close to the beginning in the first 5 minutes, and then I'm right at the end. I kind of do
What do you
my.
mean first 5 minutes? This thing's only 3 minutes and
Or
38 seconds.
I'm sorry, first 5, 10 seconds. You'll see me. You'll see a flash of me there. I'm doing some. I wish you could post it up here, but
Hold on. When I find it, I'm gonna share the screen. Hold on. Are you guys in front of this? Oh shit!
you
There
see
you
me?
are!
Yeah.
Oh my god! Get
So
the fuck out of
that was a
here!
million years ago.
18 fucking years ago. What?
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
you. Hold on.
yeah. It's
This is
wild.
unreal. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. Oh wait, I don't think I'm allowed to share this.
Why?
A copyright.
Copyright?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's copyrighted. Yeah, you're right.
You mother. Oh my God. You are here though. The Coldest Heart, the classic crime. Everyone, check this out. It's called the classic crime.
Great group. They were awesome on the set. I mean, we sat in the same trailer as them. We were just kind of talking with them, shooting the shit until it was time for us to jump in front of the camera and do our stuff. And
Do you still get money for
so,
this? Royalties?
no, there's no royalties. I just got paid flat for it. Couldn't even tell you what that was. Probably, translated to today's dollars, maybe $500, but that was it. Yeah.
What?
But yeah, I'm in the first, like I'm just in a flash in the beginning and then a
Yeah.
flash towards the end of it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. And I basically, what what got me. So I obviously had a lull of time between the modeling and acting thing because I started having kids, and I my priorities shifted to just, okay, let me focus on work and making sure I'm providing for my kids.
Right.
And now that they are 22 and 17 now. Now I'm kind of back into it full force as much as I can be anyway right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw you
And
doing something. Are you allowed to talk about that project? What was that? What was that?
yeah, so the same director that I had, or what's the name? Pinwheels. The same director that did the
Right.
Pinwheels project. He's finishing up, I think, right now with it's called Holy Havoc. And when I read this thing right off the bat, I was like, this is an amazing story. It's one that is very fresh and new. It's essentially kind of going into the seedy underground of, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this. It's cults basically. It's
Hulk?
going into it. Yeah, going into it's about infiltrating a cult,
Oh shit.
and yeah, religious cult.
Hmm.
So it's going to be good. I'm
What
I'm
kind of
pretty
cult? Are
excited
you
for
allowed
it.
to say?
What's that?
What kind of cult? There's so many cults. What
There,
kind of
it's
cult?
it's
It's like drink
it's
the
like
fucking Kool-Aid?
Christian national type cult,
Mm.
and the infiltration of it. And I play an FBI director in the movie.
Ooh.
So yeah,
So
yeah,
this is like Christian drink the Kool-Aid cult or
yeah, yeah. Drink the
real
Kool-Aid.
bad, real
Like
bad.
I'm,
Because there's some cults I'm
basically.
kind of cool with, like the freaky cults. I like them motherfuckers. I'm always about the freaky shit, man. Orgies and all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, this has to do
Don't
with
fuck with those
exploitation.
people.
it's a little risque because it has some exploitation of minors in it.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Man, come on, you killed it. But nah,
yeah. I kill it right there because yeah, you know we're trying to fight against it. So,
yeah,
uh,
fight,
but
the good fight.
yeah, it should be a good story. I'm excited for it. Yeah, that's all I know.
Kill my jokes. Cause this Eyes
Not
Wide
that
Shut.
kind of
Remember
humor.
Eyes Wide Shut? That was cold,
Yes,
but
yes, that was
that looked fucking fun.
for some people.
I'm what they didn't do nothing crazy in there.
I could not remember. I can't remember that movie. Yeah.
They just had an orgy. That
Oh, okay. Hey, that's all about. You're all about that. Open-minded wills.
oh my
I. You know
that,
what's funny is I didn't even know that that's what that
really
meant until your opening. I didn't know what OM standed for.
really.
So
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
I told
now I
you.
know.
I thought I told you that when I scared you when I first met you.
No, no, I didn't even know. No, I didn't even know that you went by OM Wills. Well, it was on your book, but I
Yeah,
mean, I didn't put two and two together, and then I didn't even start to question it until we got on Instagram, you know,
yeah.
and linked up on Instagram. So, yeah, I was like, what? And of course, I didn't ask because I
I
don't know.
scared
I'm
you when I first
afraid.
met you, and then afterwards, I was just depresso espresso for 2 years. You have to worry about my mental health. You can't ask me about my name. You try to keep me from fucking killing myself. No family for fucking 2 years. Driving up to the border every fucking 2 weeks. See my
Yeah,
baby. Fucking
yeah.
ridiculous. Absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, it was that was not a fun time, dude.
No.
I felt for you then, and you know,
And
but
then
you're my brother now, you know.
and I got up here right when they had the vaccine passports. This shit was turning sci-fi on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking and then we it was just toward the end when they tried to have everyone have the passports down there too to go eat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. To go out
Yeah.
to do anything, like
Well,
yeah, I remember having to get the vaccine just so that I could you know help my customers out. Basically, my customers were like, "You can't come in unless you have a vaccine."
let's talk about this. So you switched on me. You told me recently. I don't know. What did you say to me? What was your words?
No, I don't even remember. Uh,
Well, pretty much
I,
you turned to my side. You saw
yeah,
my point of view because I hated these vaccines from the jump. And you were, oh no, it's okay, it's for the public health. And I told you how many motherfucking boosters you gonna take? Oh, it's fine, it's good, it's
yeah.
good. And
That's
then
what we started talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't done any of those boosters. Nothing. I mean, yeah, I don't know where it shifted in my brain. I just
something triggered you. You said something happened.
yeah, I can't
What
remember.
was it?
Yeah, I
Just
don't
one
remember.
time too many. They ask you to do it, right?
What's that?
They asked you one time too many, right? It was just something finally said to yourself, how many am I gonna take, right? Wasn't it that?
Yeah,
Because I know
well, I
people on
mean,
their
you
fourth,
know,
fifth
there
one.
was the fact that I mean I've had COVID. I want to say 4 times
How do
since
you
its
know you
inception.
took the test?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why do you
I
even
was
take the
sick.
test? When you're sick, you're fucking sick.
I was sick, but it was an unordinary sick. It
Oh,
was it was just like I you know whenever I typically get sick, you know it's 1 or 2 days. This was always like a week long, and so I was like you know by the second or third day I'm like well fuck this might be COVID. So I go and get the test and come up positive. I'm like Jesus Christ, but I got it 4 times. Sarah has got it that many times.
zero.
Zero. And so that's where I think maybe some of the red flags were playing into this, into my brain here. Like,
Mm.
what is why? What we live in the same house,
Hmm.
you know. We're always around each other. How did you never get it once? Like I'm sick as a dog, sweating like crazy, you know, coughing up a lung on the couch. You're in the same room. How are you not getting it? So that part makes me think, okay, there's some weird. bioengineering going on that, just trying to wipe us out, because she's white. I'll say that. In case
Man, I
anybody's like,
wasn't
why?
even gonna
What do
go
you mean?
about
Why?
color.
Why just you?
I was just gonna hear all the women talk about men are man babies. We get our man codes. I would subscribe to
You know,
that. We catch
I
some
I
bad man
I am the
codes.
I am the quietest like person who's sick. I have a pretty good pain threshold, I have to say. So if I'm sick, like I'm sick.
Yeah,
There's no way around
I
it.
seen you sick maybe once,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I'm gonna be real with everyone on here, and you included, and you know this. I never think about COVID.
Yeah. I know. I
Whenever
know.
you
You
ever,
were
I don't
always
check for it. I don't give a fuck. If
yeah.
I'm sick, I'm just sick. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if it's COVID or.
You were always skeptical of it.
I
I
mean, it's
remember
not
that.
scary. I mean, even if it's real, I just
Hmm.
don't care. Like, I just,
Yeah.
if
It was
it's gonna
killing
kill
people,
me, it's
man.
gonna fucking kill me like any other cold. And colds will kill you in a heartbeat. It don't
Yeah.
matter if it has a name.
Yeah.
Any cold
It,
can
it
kill you. Fuck,
yeah.
you just
It,
have bad luck, and that thing will fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah. It was killing people that were not
Immune
necessarily,
compromised
they
and
didn't have
stuff and
the
stuff.
best immune systems, and they were older, or
But
they were
colds do that no matter
super
what.
young.
You can call it COVID-19, and then people are gonna twist my words. They're gonna say I don't care about them dying from COVID. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I personally didn't give a fuck if I caught COVID because
Yeah,
what the fuck am I gonna do once I got it?
yeah. Well,
What do I
but
do? What do
people,
I need to identify that? Oh, you need to stay away from everybody. But then,
yeah,
then it became that circular argument. If I'm
yeah,
vaccinated, which I am, because you motherfuckers forced me, but if I am vaccinated and I got COVID, it was supposed to not spread. Then I'm
they
vaccinated,
didn't know.
then I test, then I stay away from you.
Hmm.
What the
Hmm.
fuck did you want me to do?
Yeah.
Y'all COVID cult?
Well,
You want to bust a cult? Cult? What y'all want people just to stay home? Y'all are miserable. I'm gonna just say this: if I lose friends,
well,
family,
what's the
followers, never make a book sale again. Not like I'm making any anyway.
what's
Y'all
what's the
want
end game to that though?
look at
What's the
my
end game?
face. Y'all want people miserable. Y'all want motherfuckers at home. Y'all don't want to see nobody, and you don't want nobody to see nobody. That's
What's
all you
what's
want, you
what's
miserable
the end game?
motherfuckers. Huh?
What's the end game to that though? Like, there's
There was
no
no end game. They
motivation.
want misery. You know what kills an immune system? No love. No
Yeah,
hugs, no
yeah,
kisses, no affection. That
yeah,
is what
yeah.
makes you sick.
But but that's I keep
Loneliness.
thinking, I go back to, okay, what motivates people to do certain things? If there is the whole conspiracy theory of why it was engineered, or whatever, I have to always question what's the motivation. There's got to be either a money motivator or a power motivator,
Wait,
right?
you mean like why they made it in
In,
China and let it loose
in
and stuff?
No, no, just in general. Like, so okay, let's go back even further. Let's go back to
Oh, are we doing conspiracy theories? I'm into this. I inspired.
I mean,
I got some thoughts. I got some thoughts. I got a lot of
I'm
thoughts. I got a
I
lot of
I
conspiracy thoughts.
I genuinely no, I genuinely feel like we did, I still feel the same about it. We genuinely did not know what the hell was going on. And so we were trying to engineer these protocols, these vaccines, in order to try and stave it off. But the thing is, it mutates, and it changes, and it becomes resistant. Germs
You
become
preaching to
resistant.
the choir. I told you this shit when we were sitting on the couch, and I told you why the fuck you trying to make me get this. You were talking me into it. I didn't want to get the shot. I needed it to go across
I
the
didn't talk
border,
you
and I was like, I'd rather fucking die than take the shot. And then you were like, well,
I
you
did
just
not
can't
talk
go
you
home. And
into
I
it.
was like, well, fuck, I just can't go home. And then I was telling you it's a goddamn virus, and it's gonna mutate. And then if you give a virus something that is a challenge, it's gonna think of it as an obstacle course, like going to the gym. So you gave it a vaccine, it's gonna be like, yay, something to challenge me, and then
Yeah.
mutate and spread out. I told you this, and I told you this. I told people on Twitter this too, and I was fighting everyone on Twitter back then. I said one of my science teachers, even when I was in fucking seventh grade, His name was Mr. Como. Mr. Como said to us, one of the things humans can never beat is a virus. We never cured the common flu, the common cold. He told us that in seventh grade.
Yeah, yeah,
How the fuck
yeah.
in seventh grade me
But
knows more about this than everyone else running around talking about? It's to protect everyone. You just gave it some fun. You gave it a goddamn lesson to learn. You gave it and then I asked everyone back then how many boosters you're gonna take, and then I was a conspiracy theorist. Now you motherfuckers took 5 vaccines. It's on you to take 5 vaccines. You don't even know what the vaccine does to you. When my wife
yeah,
got the vaccine, it fucked her period up. It fucked all these girls' fucking periods up, bleeding like crazy. Her period after she got that shot looked like she just gave birth to Owen. I never seen no shit like that in my life, man. She took that shot. I was like, what the fuck is that? Literally, when she gave birth to Owen, there was a lot of blood. You know, the healing,
yeah, yeah.
she took that shot. She took that second shot. I was
Mm-hmm.
home for that. When I just got back, got the last shot.
Mm-hmm.
She got her period. And she was like, baby, what the fuck? She was all lightheaded. And I looked at her shit. I was like, what the fuck is that? I've
Yeah,
been with her all these years and I ain't never seen no shit like that. And then we checked everyone. We talked to everyone you see on Twitter. Everyone's saying my period is all fucked up.
yeah, yeah.
And then they
Well,
were saying it didn't fuck anybody's period up. It fucked everyone's period up. And then a lot of women said they're infertile. And a lot of men said the shit was giving them prostate cancer. And it was fucking up everyone's heart. All those young kids' hearts, it was fucking up their hearts. All of the myocarditis.
I mean,
Everyone
a lot of
pretended
that
that shit
stuff.
didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can't speak on any of that. I don't know like the facts of it, but you know, just to go back to it though. I mean, we were all in this mess, and we had no idea how to get around it, and we were trying to protect old people and young people, and that was like the focus, and that's why
They
that's you know.
protected them by alienating them from their loved ones so that the last thing they do was feel alienated and their immune system crashed and then they died by themselves and then they blew up fucking balloons and gave them that to hold their hand.
Yeah, I mean,
That's protecting old people? Inhumane
no,
motherfuckers. Inhumane. Inhumane is the most evil fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Look at me in my
well,
face. Evil.
but
Evil. I'm sorry. You
well,
guys are evil.
yeah,
All of you guys that wanted
they were
to
trying to.
alienate old people and keep them by themselves and not get any love.
Yeah, they
Love,
were
which
trying.
cures
They
your heart and soul and immune system. Y'all are
they
the
were
one.
trying to keep people from getting sick.
Yeah, that,
That
yeah,
was
you got them sick. Keeping
yeah,
people alienated is what makes you sick more.
yeah. Well,
I know we
I
don't
mean,
agree, but that shit does not sit right with me. It does not sit right with me. It still never sits right with me. Because I never healed. I never. When do you heal by yourself? If healing by yourself is what worked, then even Jesse seeing me by myself wouldn't have hit her wrong. And you guys would have just alienated me by myself.
no,
If being by yourself is how you heal, then that's not what humanity does.
no,
That's
no,
not your
no,
nature.
no. That's yeah, no. That's not. That's. I mean,
So I'm gonna just
yeah.
call a spade, man. Like I just can't. I never subscribe to this shit. But look, we all vaccinated, and they still want us to test for COVID. They still want us to get more boosters. And you say,
Oh, we're done with that here in the states. Like you know, my company's policy is probably the most lax.
I mean, not policy,
Um,
but people. I know a bunch of people are still getting their boosters, man.
yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people. There's still people wearing masks in stores, and
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
the mask that traps
But
all the germs
yeah,
in your
yeah,
nose.
yeah. But yeah, you know, it was a sign of the times. It's in the past. It's in the past,
I
Chandler.
don't feel like it's in the past because I was separated from my baby for 2 years. And I remember all the hate I got from just saying that I miss my son.
Yeah,
I would pretty much just say I miss my son. I wish the border would open, and all I got was hate.
yeah.
Can you imagine that? I just say I miss
No,
my son, and people hated me. They said that me not seeing my son was worth the sacrifice. Can you imagine somebody telling me that not seeing my son is worth a fucking sacrifice?
yeah, no, no.
There were
That's
so many
horrible.
people that believed that, and the governments believed that. They believed that separating families that long was worth the sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
was,
didn't get to hold my
everybody was
baby
react.
that much when he was a baby.
Everybody was reacting to the national emergency of it all. Yeah, I don't know,
They
man.
admitted that they didn't even know what they were doing. They said 6 feet was just the decision. They said all of this stuff. Because when you think about it, I'm thinking logical. Even if I'm pissed off, I'm logically thinking about it. All of those things that they put in place had nothing to do with saving anyone. They put
No,
curfews. Curfews don't stop a virus. We will always bring up these things. How does not being out past 9 o'clock stop anyone from getting a virus? How does 6 feet when you blow your breath into the smoke when it's cold outside and you blow your breath, you see that shit go past 6 feet. So you know if
yeah.
you inside or anywhere, you in a restaurant, you eat, you take your mask off and you take it off. And none of that stops COVID, man.
Well, they were looking at certain things when it first started spreading, like how random it was jumping from one person to another, and they figured that they were just trying to figure out the distance that people were sitting in restaurants when it first started spreading, and they just kind of came up with 6 feet because they and plus, I mean, how far away can you be with from somebody when you're dealing with them in a business transaction? You can't do it from a mile away most of the time if you're doing stuff face to face. So
None of it was
yeah,
gonna work because it's a virus and it was just gonna spread no matter what. And they should have just been honest. They should have been honest.
some protocols are better than none, And while we definitely in the States didn't do the best at it, due to in my opinion, the president at the time, uh, we could have, it could have been a lot worse. We could have done certain things better, especially early on. Um, but yeah, man,
Let's talk about that. Trump
yeah,
said to shut down the borders. Everyone called him xenophobic. Then they shut down the borders, and then he wasn't xenophobic. They picked. He lost both ways. Remember, he said, "Let's shut down everything from China." They called him xenophobic. Then
you're talking
everything
about
was shut
early
down,
on
everything from
in his
China. Then
first
it
term,
wasn't xenophobic.
in his first term early on.
Yeah, when he first said he wants to shut down everything from China, they called him xenophobic. He said, "Let's
Oh,
shut down all flights and
well,
everything from China."
he didn't start a good precedent when he wanted to ban all Muslims, and that was the first thing that put him on everybody's radar, that made everybody say, "Oh, this guy's a racist," or yeah, yeah,
This was about the virus response.
religion.
Then how come one person can say it's not xenophobic, but then if he said it's xenophobic, he was if he was,
He had a track record. He had a track record, man.
it's a virus, man. Y'all can't connect the two. If it was to stop the virus, it should have been shut everything down. If it don't line up,
Well,
the virus
I'll
was the
say
virus.
all the stuff that man talks, it definitely does not help him in anybody's mind. It doesn't, you start off
How about Fauci?
you start off banning a whole religion, and then you
Fauci
yeah,
said you don't need a mask. Then he said you need a mask. And then we were following the science. Then we followed the science where you didn't need the mask. He said you don't need a mask. Fauci said you don't need a mask. And then he said you need a mask. Then he said 6 feet. Then he said it doesn't matter. Come on, man.
well, it was spiking, dude. It was very prevalent for a while, for especially early on. It was spreading like wildfire, and then it died down. And then, of course, like we were just saying, the virus had a chance to mutate, and when it mutates, it reemerges again. It's
Fauci said he didn't know anything about it. He knew everything about it.
He didn't know anything about it. Nobody did. Nobody.
No, the
Nobody.
paperwork came out that he knew everything about it.
He
They
he
leaked it. Hey, man,
he
you do
did.
your research.
You
You
can't.
do your research.
No.
He knew
No.
everything about this virus, man. He was a part of
No.
it. He was,
No.
yeah.
I'll have to look into it.
I thought
I
you
don't
looked
know.
into it. You
I
said you got red pill. Where's your red
You
pill?
said
You're
you
still
said
pretty much
I did
blue
not.
pill.
No, you said I was red pill. You were the
Yeah,
one
because
who
you
said
said you
that.
were sick of it all. You don't sound sick
No,
of it all.
I was. I definitely had my frustrations. Yes,
What's the frustration,
but
man?
oh, there's. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say. I can't pull it out right now. But you send me some information on
Man,
that
that Fauci stuff is
because I
right
on
there.
Fauci.
That's you
I
can Google it right now. Fauci knew
I know
everything
my.
about this thing. He knew everything.
I'll look
That
it up
man knew
later.
everything. That's a scary dude, man.
Well, I don't know. I can't say that it's. I would be. There's no way that it could boil down to one person.
What do you
There's
mean?
no way. There's
They
no way
all
it could be
knew.
one person.
This shit was
Uh,
orchestrated, bro. The
yeah, but
whole
not
thing
by.
was orchestrated. The whole
If
response was orchestrated.
if it was it it wouldn't be by one person.
It wasn't.
But
That's what the
yeah,
conspiracy theory was. Is that they fucking orchestrated this. Brought to you
yeah.
by Pfizer, man. What do you mean?
I need more than just Fauci because
Oh no,
he
I'm
was
just talking
just a
about
public
Fauci on
face.
our
He
end of the
he
deal.
he's maybe just the public face, but yeah, there's got to be
They
more to
all
it.
did it. They all it was perfect.
And
They,
Trump.
all of them.
And Trump
Why are
too.
you picking that? All of them. The whole
Mm,
world was a part of this
yeah.
shit.
All right.
All elite. Like you heard of lockstep? This shit was lockstep. Everyone followed everything to the
Yeah.
letter. It was a script. The fucking dancing nurses while I couldn't hold my baby. The fucking all of Pfizer brought to you by Pfizer. Literally everything was brought to you by Pfizer. The fucking dancing needles on all the late night shows. It was
Well,
gross.
these things have happened before, though. Polio. There was the Black Plague. All this stuff has happened before.
Gross.
You know, we yeah we figure out a way to go forward. You know, is it nobody has all the information, but
They made the
anyway,
shit. They
anyway.
let it go. What do you mean? They fucking let it out.
No, well,
Lab leaked my ass, man. They wanted to
I need
fucking off us, man.
I need
That
I need
I
some real
subscribe
facts.
to. Huh?
I need some real facts with this.
Real facts. They
Because
needed to kill all the old people before they fucking cash their pensions.
oh
That's
geez,
some fucking facts. You
those are
know that all the first world nations, our birth rates are so fucking low.
yeah,
Yeah, you know that? So they need
yeah,
all us old
absolutely.
motherfuckers to die. They need us to all be sick and unhealthy. That's why a lot of the COVID rules was don't be outside and don't get some sunlight because vitamin D fights infections, and they didn't want you to have any fucking vitamin D.
Well, I don't think that this stuff is what's causing birth rates to be
No,
low.
no, 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 no. What's
I
causing birth rate?
I think it's a general disenfranchisement with the status of the world and where we are right now.
You mean like
You know,
how expensive everything is?
on on everything, on everything. It's the fact that our economies are all in the fucking shitter. It's the fact that that yeah, young people can't buy a house nowadays. It's there's so many things that are detractors from people wanting to start a family. You know,
Exactly. And then you have a bunch of old people and you need to kill them. So they let
no,
do some fucked up shit to kill all the old people.
well, that didn't make the needle move at all. Then
What do you
it was a
mean?
failed attempt because there's still people that are nobody's having babies,
Oh, no, they're
and
gonna launch some new fucking disgusting virus and kill the rest of us old fucking people when we get old.
I think they learned from that. I don't think that's the case. They need to start working on making the environment livable. But and I don't mean just like our our immediate environment that we see, although that is fucked up too. I mean, that'll be a whole different discussion. The fact that that we have wildfires in California in the fucking cold in the wintertime.
People
Um,
started that.
the environment,
Did you see what they
economically
did? The homeless
and physically.
encampments were starting those shits too. And then they found people running around, arsons actually running around starting more fires. Did you not see that shit?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's not. I mean, it's the timing is shitty, of course, and people caught on to it. The people who just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna catch like wildfire. There's so many people, and that's what I mean. There's so many people that are disenfranchised with the status of the world.
Right.
It's not just here in the States. It's not just in Canada. It's everywhere. And if our world nations don't get their shit together and start making the economy livable again,
Mm-hmm.
then this is going to continue. You know, it all comes down. You know, back back in what was it? It was the '60s, '50s, and '60s when it
Mm-hmm.
was the most livable. When you can survive off of one
Was
income.
that the boomers? The
That
boomers
was the
that sucked
boomers.
all of
That
our
was the
fucking
baby boomer age. That's why
when
people
they
had
suck all
kids.
our life out.
That's why people had kids. Yeah. So we gotta relive that.
Now
You
all the
know?
boomers are still working and not giving us any space to fucking move up in the
Yeah,
company.
yeah. But
No room.
if they want, you know, they I see this all the time though. They bitch about how people aren't having kids anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
make it a benefit
We
to
should
have
we
kids.
should make another podcast all about all
Leave
of this. We should look up the birth rates and start like naming them all.
yeah,
Yeah.
leave these kids a fucking world. How about that?
Yo, we're getting close to the 2 hour mark.
Yeah.
So, is there any closing things you want to bring up?
Oh man. I think I I I mean I think we pretty much we said a lot.
Yeah, people are not gonna like me. They're gonna find
Oh well.
anti-vaxxer, anti-masker. D. Okay,
The only thing I'll say is that I've got my movie that just came out on DVD, Pinwheels. If you want to buy it, great. If you don't, whatever. It was
she's gonna
my
buy my
buddy.
fucking show.
What's
Buy my.
that?
You should be like, buy my DVD, motherfucker.
Buy my. You don't have to buy my DVD. But yeah, you know, I feel like JC, the director, he's an amazing artist, and this is his first baby. So you know, keep that in mind. And yeah, Holy Havoc is going to be an amazing feature, and check it out.
Cool.
Keep your eyes out.
Cool, man. And then shoot me some links. I don't know how to fucking do this stuff, but maybe I can put links in the in the
Okay,
in the, in the, in the a description or comments or something like that. I'll
yeah,
plug your links in.
I'll shoot you my IMDb and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, he's the
cool.
grounded one. I'm the conspiracy theorist guy that hopefully keeps some of you.
I'm trying to save him, guys.
Huh?
I'm trying to save you.
Nah, it's too late. I am
I'm
jaded. If
giving.
anybody has not picked up on it, I am jaded about not seeing my goddamn son
I
for
We
two
all got
years.
it. We
Any,
all got it.
because you guys have to understand. All I heard
Everybody
on my
likes it.
end is that I was supposed to sacrifice seeing my son, and then the only way to see my son was forced to get a vaccine that I didn't trust in the name of science. And ever since I got that fucking vaccine, I don't actually feel all that great. And we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that
But
good.
but everybody, give him your likes, your thumbs up, your
Yeah, if
hearts,
you actually see my fucking post, please just click heart. God
please
damn, just help me
do it.
out. Like maybe it'll go to somebody that wants to read it. I don't know. Anyway, anything else? So we talked
Nope,
about
that's it.
your books, not your books, your movies. Why did I say books? I need to try and edit that, or do I leave the blooper? But talked about your movies, and did we seriously? There's something else. You, you were doing a commercial. I thought you were doing another. I saw you put a reel. There was something else you were doing.
That might have been Holy Havoc. I don't know.
Oh, holy hell.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he
It was
promised
on.
he was going to
It was
write a
on Instagram.
script one day. So we're
Yeah,
all right now going to hold him accountable to finish that script.
absolutely. I'm 10 pages in. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah,
Oh.
it's about a boxer. You know, trying to go the Rocky route, but not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I've been working out like crazy so I could play the role.
Yeah, he looks good. You want to tell everyone your age?
Oh, ooh, 25. No,
Okay.
no,
He was always
no.
more fit
I'll
than
leave
me,
that
even
alone.
back then.
I'm just gonna say black don't crack.
Oh shit, I'm cracking. He looked good, man. Even I used to come out, he would be in the front doing all this shit and doing exercise. You had the thing you
Punching bag.
punching
Yeah.
bag. My fat ass would be coming back with Mexican food. Horchata this big. What you doing? Exercising with me too. Anyways, guys, we're at the 2 hour mark. I'm gonna let you go. I will do a little bit of editing, and my name is Arthur Owen Wills. Hopefully, you guys still like me. If not, then you believe in all of the stuff that would keep me from my baby. So that means I don't like you either. So that or you think I'm fucking privileged.
Anyway,
Struggle.
anyway. Thank you,
Bye,
Art.
guys. Take care. Enjoy. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
later. Stop, right? Stop. There.
Yep. There you go.